Now, Betty, as one of the 3 flying Huttons, will you answer a slew of command performance requests and strafe us with that 50 caliber tune? He says, murder, he says.
Finally found a fella almost completely divine, but his vocabulary is killing this romance of mine. We get into an intimate situation, and then begins this Romeo's conversation. He says murder, he says, every time we kiss. He says murder, he says, at a time like this. He says murder, he says, is that the language of love? He says solid, he says, takes me in his arms and says solid, he says, meaning all the charms. He says solid, he says, is that the language of love? He says chick, chick, you torture me, zoo, are we living? I'm thinking of leaving him flat. He says dig, dig, the jumps the old ticker is given. Now he can talk plainer than that. He says murder, he says, every time we kiss. He says murder, he says, keep it up like this and that. Murder, he says, in that impossible tone, will bring on nobody's murder but his own. He says Jackson, he says, and my name's Marie. He says Jackson, he says, shoot the snoot to me. He says Jackson, he says, is that the language of love? He says woof woof, he says, when he likes my hat. He says what the heck is that? He says woo woo, he says, is that the language of love? He says hep hep with helium, now babe we're cooking, and other expressions to it. He says we're into groove, and the groove is good looking. He sounds like his uppers don't fit. He says murder! He says murder! And away he says murder, in that impossible tone. I've told him over and over and over again that it'll be nobody else's murder. Boy, that is
Yes, sir, a vitamin pill with legs. How about that?